Bonjour, good afternoon. Guy Lebel here, the CEO of XXIX Metal Corp. I'm here to discuss our recent resource update at Opemiska. But first, let's remind you that we have the highest grade open pit project in Canada at an average grade of 0.69. In early June, we put a new resource statement out, and we now have 141 million ton of pit-constrained resources at 0.69% copper equivalent. More or less 45% is high grade at 1.04% copper equivalent, and 55% is stockwork mineralization at 0.41. And this is what is important right now, is that stockwork has changes completely the way we look at the project. Overall, we have over 2 billion pounds of copper equivalent in the pit. Now, last year when we look at the resource at Opemiska, we would see, as per the left side of the screen, the high-grade zone, in the matrix of the rest of the rock at the site. If you had 1 ton of rock in the square to the left side, it would be deemed waste and have a value of minus $3. The same ton of rock now, sitting in the mineralization of the stockwork, at say a grade of 0.4% copper equivalent, for a copper price of $4.50, would be worth $40 US. You subtract, the cost of mining and processing out of it, it's still a value. So we went from minus 3 to say anywhere between 10 and 20, and this is a game changer, and this is what makes us very excited about the future of this project. The new resource model is in a more compact pit, and yet we have more metal. What happened is that, the mineralization of the stockwork is increasing and keeping a lot of new metal, and also the stripping is being reduced because this part here in the center is not being mined at the current parameters that we're describing, and this will be the one closer to what we will use in the PEA. The high-grade mineralization that we're not considering right now is still sitting at the bottom of the pit, and if you were to change the economic situation and expand the margin between the price of copper and our operating cost between now and the end of the mine life, well, this would come back. Our 25 MRE has only indicated an Inferred Resources, and people are asking why. Well, it has to do with the fact that the digitized stopes that we have in the model do not perfectly align with the current 3D model of the resources. It's a short-term exercise to remodel, and it will improve the confidence and upgrade the resource to measure and indicated. It's a manageable risk, and it will be addressed prior to the PFS. It has no impact on the PEA. The takeaway from our new resources is that we have almost 2.5 billion pounds of copper equivalent, about 2.1 billion in the pit. We added 240 million pounds of copper equivalent while we reduced the footprint of the pit. The stripping ratio will be much lower by the incorporation of the mineralization. And while we use a conservative assumption, and then we're still very happy with the way the pit is showing up. We have the highest grade open pit copper resource in Canada and one of the largest copper resources in Eastern Canada. We're part of the OR group. I suggest you go on site to read our forward-looking statement. And if you have any question you want to discuss further, you can always contact me. Thank you. Goodbye.